Seems vibrant. Ew, what is that? What happened? Somebody got pepper sprayed by seasoning. I told you they about to go for it, bro. They're trying to put us in the dirt. They're trying to put us in the dirt.
Go ahead and put us in the dirt. Do
Fire
whatever.
Eberflus at halftime.
Here we go, boys. Oh, was
Hey,
it
are
us?
you ahead of me? Oh, he jumped. Oh my God, are you ahead of me?
Am I?
You knew about the jump. Apparently, you knew about the jump.
Oh, God bless it. You know
Oh,
they're trying to get you to jump. How do you jump?
oh, I hate this team. I hate this team.
Yep, nobody jumped. He was being a dummy. I mean, it doesn't have to be this hard. Nico, turn your camera sideways.
I'm trying to. All right.
If I would have known this was gonna happen, I would have brought my AirPods. I left my AirPods at home.
Nico, you sound fine.
Because look, apparently I'm in COVID ground zero right now. Like, what is going on here? This is like I got
COVID
everybody around
grounds.
here that's
Bro,
about
how are
to
you in
die
COVID
in
ground
front
zero?
of me. Huh?
How are you in COVID ground zero?
You don't hear all this coughing under these death defying people? I'm I'm
Uh,
I'm I'm where it starts 28 days. Like this is what's about to happen.
Nikisa has a good question. She wants to know, is she okay?
And she's not, apparently. I don't know. As long as the food's okay, that's all I care about. I mean, hey, look, what did he say in Rocky? If she dies, she dies.
he dies.
If
He dies.
she
I
dies.
know, I know we're talking Bears. Why do they call that timeout? The third down, second down and 6. Why call
I
your
don't care. I don't care anymore. I stopped watching this stupid
Up,
ass.
here we go. Here we go. Oh,
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 blessings. Oh! Wait a minute. We got some luck here, boys.
that's why you call the
We got some
timeout.
luck. We got a little bit of luck.
What happened? I'm not in front of the
He
TV.
knocked it out of his hand. He knocked it out of his hand.
Who's that? Gibbs? Yeah, boom. Right on the school.
Oh yeah,
Right on the
that's a pure fumble. Yeah, it is. Ain't no question there. Oh, he knocked that clean out of his hand.
Now, here's the only problem. We still haven't gotten the first down, boys.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. This is only to stop them from going 19-0.
Yeah, no,
Like this
this
is
isn't
all
a
this
victory,
is.
right? They have
No,
more first downs than
nobody's
we have
looking
actual.
at that stop as, oh, we can get points. We're not getting points. We're not getting points.
Not with crappy play calls like that. Where was he throwing? Right? I mean,
Oh. It's not crappy play
yes, okay,
calling.
yes, you
It's
can make an
crappy
argument that it
quarterback
should have been pass
decision.
interference, but you know what? Why are you throwing it behind the your receiver to begin with? It was a terrible throw. It was a terrible play.
It's bad. It's bad QB play. This isn't
You
bad
want
play
you
calling.
want the refs to bail you out? Yeah, come on,
Yes, that's our
stop,
only hope, Nico. A
Yes,
bailout.
that's what they want.
stop.
That's what they want.
I'm sick of it. Like
That's what they want.
I actually saw a quote the other day that I really really liked.
Spike the ball.
So
Spike the ball, stupid. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry. Am I too excited for something that's not gonna happen?
No, they might get it. They might. They just got a first down. Anything to say. Whoa, sure, he just took a shot.
Woo! Drop in the bucket. Oh, you suck. You
He
suck.
took a good shot.
You suck. I don't know. They're still up. You too, son. I was about to say, look, your son is here. He can save you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Am I in the wheel?
fantasy talk real quick.
No,
Eli, can we do something real quick? Let's salute our producer for giving it a try. Even though he was dead on arrival on day one, He gave it a college try. He's going to
First of all,
avoid
Dead
the
on
basement.
Arrival,
He
Oh, the
did
fantasy,
well.
the fantasy.
Dead on Arrival is not an accurate description at all. I had chances in pretty much every game with a better starting lineup. I would have
Oh
won
God!
last week had I played.
Everybody, Eli, give him the salute, man. Give him the salute. Well done,
Hey,
sir.
look.
Well done.
Cheers to it. Cheers to it. But all is right back in the world.
Well, both me and you had a wide receiver injuries that didn't help, right?
No, I
But
didn't.
we're still in the thick of it. And, it was interesting the other day. Now, part of this is because we're in a 14-team league, right? And
Yeah.
the truth is, when you get an injury in a 14-team leaguer, it's devastating, right? Because nobody really has the depth that injuries in 14 teams. But more importantly, did you see the team that's in first place currently? Right, I would have lost a big ass bet if you had told me that was first place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, it's rough.
sometimes, even the best procrastinators in the world on day one will sit there and tell you this, that, and the other thing. I'll be dead wrong. I'll be dead wrong.
I'm really trying to figure out what the hell we're doing right now. I don't like. Are we just trying for a Hail Mary? Like, what are we hoping for?
Look,
Y'all hear this?
if,
I'm at COVID ground.
for all of
I
Eberfluz's
need to run
fault,
away.
you know which one is the worst by a mile is his game management, right? I mean, look at his record on one-score games over his entire tenure.
It was a 5-18.
Yeah,
5-18.
Correct
It's
number.
bad.
18. That's horrible,
He's
right?
a horrible head coach, and I'm just. Ugh.
You should think that an average coach over an extended period of time, should be able to get a 500 record on one score games. That should be the goal of an average performance, right?
He can't close out a single one.
50% below that, so that means he's underperforming by a lot, right? And and if you think about it, that's been our season, right? I mean, they started off awful with the offense just not producing, and then we rip off 3 games in a row where we're obliterating teams, right? But that lies the point. You're not game managing a lead with 3 touchdowns up, right? You're not. You're just going through the motions at that point. So
Yeah.
That's that. Of all the things we could say about Eberflus, that is the biggest indictment by a mile. You could sit there. My personal favorite is his lack of accountability, but at the end of the day, those one-score games, that's the difference maker between a good coach and a bad coach. I mean, look at the Chiefs, Andy Reid. Do you think he's 60% below 500 for one score games in his career, let alone the last 3 seasons? Absolutely not. It's more like the opposite, right? He knows how to win those close games, right? And at the end of the day, who cares how much you win by? As long as you win. And if you can't produce with the one-score games, you're never going to have a consistent team. All right, once in a while you'll have a game where you blow someone out, cool, but you're going to tell me when the chips are down, you're just going to cough it up? I mean, last week's overtime performance was another example of how absolutely garbage he is. But I digress.
Wait, but hold on. Let's talk about that last week's overtime performance. So I didn't watch the game. I didn't go. Hold on. What? God bless it. People calling me and whatnot. I will talk to y'all later. No. So the last week's. So I didn't watch any of the game. I had to watch the highlights. I watched it all 22 on it, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is purely a indictment on Matt Eberflus. Like the absolute horrible game. Like let's just talk about the block kick. They knew where to jump and where to attack, and they knew it based off what the Green Bay game.
The previous
And
week.
so the fact that we had no adjustments,
Yeah,
to that is like, who's who's in charge of this?
Well,
And like, how do you get blocked again?
if you
I don't blame Caleb Williams for the sack. He's trying to make a play. Whatever. I understand. It's overtime. You're trying to make a play. He's a rookie. He's gonna make those. But you as a head coach did nothing to put him into a position of success. And this is
well,
what we've seen
if,
constant week over week.
if you look at or at least read between the lines on the reports on
I don't even know what that play was.
we're talking about 3
What
weeks.
are we doing?
So let's go back 3 weeks, right? When reports out of Hallis Hall were Chicago Bears captains and other offensive leaders revolting against Shane Waldron. If you recall, one of the things they said was whenever they went to Waldron and said, "Hey, we need to make an adjustment," his answer was consistently, "Oh, we'll just discuss it over halftime." It's like, why do we got to wait to halftime for you to make an adjustment on your plan when we're telling you there's a problem, right? And this upset Keenan Allen in particular, right? I mean, that poor guy's probably lost $15 million because of Waldron. Like I'd have a dartboard with his personally, but that's just me. I sit there and I tell you, what you're describing is just a continuation of the same behavior, right? And this always, and at the end of the day, this comes from lack of accountability. I didn't do anything wrong. You did something wrong, right? I'm not going to make any adjustments. Why should I? My plan's perfect, right? Oh, it's because Stevenson wasn't paying attention. It's because of this, because of that, because of the other thing. And I'm like, God, that's so infuriating.
You're the head coach. You should have control over this.
You're supposed to be the adult in the room, right? I'm hearing nothing but problems from him and excuses, and it's infuriating, right? I mean, I seriously doubt they're going to fire him in the middle of the season, but
he is fired. So we need to change our trajectory of conversations, and we need to figure out who's our next head coach.
They said
he's fired.
Maybe
he's fired.
He's on the other end of this game right now.
He's fired.
He just said going into halftime, "Hey, we need to make some adjustments, but it'll pop in the second half." He thinks it's going to pop in the second half. What evidence has been given that anything is popping in the second half?
Well,
what evidence are we showing that anything's? Here's the thing, and this is why like over exaggerating sucks, because everybody was on Thomas Brown, and look, his offense hasn't generated anything.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're playing the best team in the league right now. They're kicking our teeth in. There's no doubt about it. Caleb Williams has.
How do we keep losing our producer? Where does he go? Where's he going?
Caleb Williams has had a tendency to regress when faced with new challenges. I mean, he has his statistically best game of the year last week against statistically the best defense they faced, right? So there are positives, right? And like I said earlier about a interesting take that I read recently. Instead of being so concerned, about losing these close games, I mean, heck, if it means Eberflus is gone 100%, maybe I'll take a couple of these losses.
No, you have to. Like, you don't want Eberflus to get any of these wins.
I mean, things I told you, especially if they had managed to pull out that Green Bay game. And I know if it's a big word, but let's just say that if he had pulled that game off, right, and rolled off 5 more wins to get to, let's say 9-8. Let's just say, I'm not saying that's what the record is going to be, but let's just say, right now, maybe they make the playoffs or snuck in. Maybe they missed the playoffs, but at the minimum, they improved, right? And all of a sudden, now you have ownership with, he still has a year in his contract, and we've got a lot of expenses coming with these new stadiums and all that stuff. I don't think you guys are completely aware of the idiosyncrasy that exists right now. I mean, I talked about it in a previous episode. One of the reasons why, I'm not saying it's the only reason, but one of the reasons why they decided to hit the reset button at the QB position, because the QB position is the most expensive, right? Hitting the reset button at a time where they don't really know where that new stadium is going to be yet. I mean, there's still conversations on both sides, and they may be cash poor over the offseason, and a lot of people don't realize that.
What's our best record we get hit? Our best record is 10-7, right? That's what we do.
If you run it off, yeah.
Yeah, if you run it off, it'd be 10-7. Yeah, okay.
But again, let's be realistic. I don't think that's happening, right?
No, of course not. But did you see the reports out of San Fran? They're going to fire Kyle Shanahan.
That's insane.
Right? Isn't it insane that? But like the reports are getting hotter though on there. Like, look, if they fire Kyle Shanahan, you need to throw every dollar you can to hire him. Every dollar. Every single dollar.
I will tell you this. And by the way, you've always accused me of being optimistic, right? I'm pessimistic about this process for finding a new coach. I really am, right? Because one, Eberflus still has a year in his contract. Two, I have my sincere doubts that they want to pay premium dollars to two coaches at the same time. Right, I think it's one of the reasons Eberflus stuck around, because they didn't want to pay two coaches at the same time. Right?
I don't think they can still continue to live by that. They can't live by that. They can't.
They're running a business. They're not running a team. People, this is why I've told you the Bears ownership is one of the worst in sports, because this is all the family has. This isn't a hobby like the Mavericks is for Mark Cuban. This isn't a hobby. This is their whole business, right? So they're going to make business decisions you might not agree with, right? But they don't care, right? They're interested in feeding the 70 people that are on their that are part of the family that are in the payroll, right? That's their primary focus, right? Not on what it takes to those little tiny details on what it takes to build a championship. You guys didn't grow up Cubs fans. I did, right? We know what being owned by a corporation, Tribune, meant for the Cubs for 20 years.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Jerry Reinsdorf has owned the White Sox for a long time, and we had to deal with that just the same. Jerry is just as bad.
Jerry inherited a lottery ticket, right? Acted like I've always had this theory: the worst people on earth are the ones who are born on third base and believe they hit a triple. Jerry Reinsdorf's one of those people, right? I was born on third base. It was all me. It had nothing to do with the fact that the previous regime drafted, who wasn't even he wasn't even supposed to be number 3. People hear that now and think that's ridiculous, but the truth is he wasn't. He was the third leading scorer on his college basketball team. And everyone thought he was a risk when he was drafted.
Javon, how do you feel about Kyle Shanahan coming to the Bears?
Amazing, right? But my theory is we should temper our expectations. Honestly,
they're saying the reports out of San Fran, he's getting fired.
Again, I think that would be absolutely a horror. I mean, it's one. I mean, I don't know. Look, they're stupid if they do that.
How did Andy Reid get into Kansas City?
Stupid for that.
How did Andy Reid get into Kansas City? Who fired him after what he did for Philly? Who fired him? That's not out of the realm.
It's not.
People do it all the time. Teams do it all the time. Hold on. We fired Lovey after a what? A 10-6 season.
Yeah.
Teams do it. Stupid teams do it all the time. So if the fire is getting hot that Kyle Shanahan is about to get fired, you give every dollar you can. Every dollar.
Hey, like I said, he would be ideal. Right? He'd be my first choice. There's no doubt about it.
Belichick is on the list too.
Bill Belichick's too old. I
No,
don't want him.
no,
I don't want him.
I
don't want him.
don't even know if he's ever going to coach again. I mean, the
don't.
power he would require from the organization that would hire him, I don't think. By the way, do you know who's the betting favorite to sign Belichick as their next coach? The Jaguars. That's the one organization that
They love signing old coaches. They signed Tom Coughlin.
No, they traditionally made big swings at the coaching position. They have an owner who has very deep pockets. I think he's like the second richest owner in the NFL, and
Shahad or whatever.
He has no problem thinking outside the box. And if they say, "Hey, here's the keys to the kingdom. Do whatever you want," maybe.
Here's the thing. I just don't want a Ben Johnson. I don't want like this like flame of the week type thing just because we've seen how that's worked out in a lot of cases. I want a proven head coach. And let's just be honest, regardless of Kyle Shanahan's shortcomings, the man's taken multiple teams to the Super Bowl. Now we could talk about the 28-3. We could talk about the game against the Chiefs. I don't care. He took them both to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he took them both to the Super Bowl.
You're right. Hey, I like I said, that would be ideal, right? But to temper expectations, I would sit there and say, if anybody, Ben Johnson would probably be a much more highly likely situation, only because hiring rookie coaches tends to be a more budget-friendly option. Right, and I have every confidence that the Bears' current ownership regime will, if there's a tiebreaker, they'll go that way. And
Ben Johnson is not going to be cheap. Everybody's going to want him in this cycle.
He'll be cheaper than Kyle Shanahan.
Maybe
100%. I mean, yes, he'll be in high demand but high demand is 2-3 organizations, right? Most of them, which are going to be dumpster fires in one way, shape, or form. I maintain that even that the Bears situation is far from dire, right? I mean, it's a very solid defense that's returning every single starter next year. They got an extra second-round pick, a rookie quarterback, and plenty of weapons to work with. I mean, yes, we got to rebuild the offensive line, but that's what the draft is for. That's what free agency is for, right? They'll have plenty of time to the Achilles heels issues that they have, and personally, I think they will get rid of Eberflus, mostly because I don't think they're really pointing in the right direction to resurrect this season. And more importantly, that's what the fans are demanding. Like, did you see that viral video of McCaskey walking around?
Yeah.
Bears,
acknowledging it. Yeah.
Everybody was screaming at get rid of Eberflus, and he goes, "Yep, I understand. I know. I'm on it." Right? You see him mouthing. So there's something to be said about owners. They have to listen to the fans, right? And if 90 fans want him gone, right, they're not going to do something crazy and say, "Nah, give him another year." Right, and then making the correct decision is probably best for everybody. Right? So,
look, if Eberflus keeps his job at the end of this season, I'm not watching next season. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm really not. I'm gonna stand on it. I promise you, I'm not gonna watch a single game because there's no point. There's what point is there to do it? This is irritating. Like, this team is irritating. Like, we're sitting here 16-0, and only because the defense has shown up.
And
But
you
like
you
realistically,
really and you
like
really
we are like this
defense
team is
is
just bad.
and the defense is doing what they can. I mean, right now Detroit has more first downs than the Bears have.
Devon, where do you keep going? I'm
The
sick of you
show's
just
alive.
leaving.
Why do you keep worrying about the producer in the background? That's what I don't understand.
You dick, where you keep
He's
going?
he's
Just
still,
disappearing.
You
still,
know, producing the
still
show.
salty about losing to you at fantasy last week, man.
Oh no, I'm hey look. I was watching that. So I was going in Monday night. I looked at the score and I was like, oh, he might have a slight
He
chance here
got
because anything could happen. And
Like-
then lo and
like-
behold,
20 points.
I was like, all right, we still held. So look, Ace is still held because we knew you was trash.
I think I just hate football altogether at this point. I think I just hate everything football. Back to this team, if you don't mind. Thomas Brown basically is losing his head coaching opportunity with this first half performance.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. He absolutely is. No, he's and that's what's disappointing. And but that's why I wasn't like jumping on like I know I read a couple articles like where they loved him, leader of men type thing. And so but I was like, I don't know. I'm glad y'all like him, but I don't know. I don't know just yet. But I mean now here's the thing, if he comes on this second half and he gets them to light it up.
If they can score 28 in the second half, they can fire Eberflus today and
Please fire Eberflus. Like, here's the thing. You know you're not keeping Eberflus. So this whole thing of like keeping him like until like the season ends, it's like no, interview Thomas Brown on the field. Like fire Eberflus, promote Thomas Brown, see if he can even do it. Because if he does it and gets them playing, all of them playing, right? Then okay, lo and behold, let's go. But like we don't even know if Thomas Brown can do it, right? Like, but we can. We have an opportunity. We can see. But nope, Bears don't want to fire a coach mid-season for some stupid reason. I don't know. Like,
Speaking of basketball, since we are here in Dallas, you gonna watch that Dallas Giants massacre?
I'm not. You know what? If they would have signed Daniel Jones, I would have just because out of hilarity. But nah, when I saw Daniel Jones signs with the Vikings, I was like,
With the Vikings.
with the Vikings for what? Like, what are you going there for? Like, first of all, Sam Darnold's not going anywhere. And then their rookie's going to be healthy next year.
Yes.
Like, you only signed a 1-year deal with them. Like, what are you doing?
Darnold's probably going somewhere though, because the rookie's going to be healthy. Darnold's not going to back up, so you might as well put the rookie in.
But he only signed a 1-year deal though. Like, if you're going to do that, then sign a multi-year. Like, what do you like? You're not doing anything by being on the practice squad with them for 1 year. I don't know. It was a weird thing, but no, but it goes to show once again that the Giants are a stupid organization because what did they do? They said, "Hey, we don't need to pay Saquon," and now Saquon and Derrick Henry are showing the league again why running backs are important.
And
And
Montgomery.
you paid the special person all this money, and then you cut him mid-season, and now Saquon is having the best season of his career, where he's literally doing 360 turnarounds over people. What are we talking about here?
But by the way, did you guys see the stats of the top 3 running backs? Their records of their teams now versus the records of the teams that let them go.
Oh, it's god awful. It's god awful.
I mean,
the Giants, Tennessee, and who else?
The Raiders,
Tennessee, Giants, and then the Dallas Cowboys because they let go of Tony Pollard.
And I'm not even including Tony Pollard in this conversation because it's not like Tennessee is running it up, but actually Tennessee is on the other end of that spectrum because they're the ones who let go.
No, Tennessee had Derrick Henry though.
Then you also have
Barkley.
Jacobs going from the Raiders to
Josh Jacobs, yes.
yes,
Okay.
and then of course the important one, Mr. Barkley going to our friends in Philadelphia, right?
Over here doing 180 hurdles over people.
Yeah.
What?
And it's actually an interesting conversation about what agent is smart. What agent is smart in this world, right? Because Daniel Jones' agent is whatever percentage he's getting, Daniel Jones should throw him a couple extra, right?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people, you look at this, you look at that situation as it exists now, and you're like, how stupid were the Giants, right? But the truth was, 2 years ago when they were negotiating all this, the Giants agent goes, you know what? If we don't take that offer, we might never get a big offer ever again in our entire lifetime. Right?
Do you realize we put up 53 yards and 40 of them are penalties?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at these stats right now. Like, we put up 53 yards in the first half and 40 of them were penalties.
And it was also the other sad thing is we abandoned the run game completely. Like, why were they doing that? The only plays I saw that were positive were when Swift was going off the left side.
And Roschon is injured going into this second half.
Oh, Roschon, yeah, it's a concussion. He's out. They're not gonna let him back.
No.
Wait, did they fumble? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Oh, you're ahead of me then, because
They fumble? Oh, come on. No, shut up. Oh, please don't tell me they fumbled on that kickoff. Oh, no. Stop. I don't care about what Dan Campbell has to say. show me. Okay, no. All right, it looks like we're good. We're good.
All right, let's watch the second half, boys. Good luck. Hopefully something happens. Go Bears.
Go Bears. Go Bears.